Hello to everyone who is watching this Let's Play on YouTube. I am Jordan Mustang 87 and welcome to what is now the start of what will officially be my first Let's Play of 2024 after finishing Hot Pursuit 2 as well as Midnight Club 2, which are the two games that I most recently completed. So, I'm now going to move on with the Need for Speed series, and yes, I am starting this off from the options menu because, well, I want to show you the audio options that I put in. Now obviously the music volume is off because if it wasn't, then, well, I'm pretty sure YouTube will basically put me in the slammer, and as you might have guessed, regarding the freaking copyright laws, I obviously don't want that to happen. So that's precisely what I've done. I've also... yeah, I'll keep that as it is. So, also going to turn these down just a little bit more so I can actually hear my voice, in case if it does start to overrule my voice, but anyways, yeah. So this is the game we're now doing, the succeeding game in the Need for Speed series 2, Hot Pursuit 2, and that is this, Need for Speed Underground. Developed by Black Box Studios and also published by EA Games. The game engine this uses is called the Electronic Arts in-house engine, whatever that means. It's very much an arcade-style racing game, and it's available to play for the GameCube, the PC, PS2, and the Xbox. And you can also play this game on the backwards compatible consoles of the Nintendo Wii, the Wii U, and also the PlayStation 3. This game is also available to play on PC, which is basically the same as the console version. There is also the portable version of the game, which was released for the Game Boy Advance, but that was developed by Pocketeer Games, and if you really want to try your hand at the GBA version, then go right ahead. So, November 17th, 2003 is when this game first came out. It was released on all consoles on that date. First released in North America because obviously, well, EA is an American company. We here in Europe would then get the game for the Xbox, the PS2 and the GameCube on November 21st, so a couple of days later, and then we would get the PC version. We, PAL region gamers of course, would get the PC version on November 28th, and then the Japanese would get this game as well. Even though they never got the Xbox version, they got both the GameCube and PS2 versions of the game on Christmas Day in 2003, and then they would get the PC version on January 15th of the following year, 2004. This, by the way, is for the Japanese audience, if anyone from Japan is watching me right now. But yeah, so January 15th of 2004 is when this game came out on the PC in Japan, and basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create my profile before I go off on even more of a rant. So this is a change of pace compared to the prior Need for Speed games up to this point, because instead of having sports cars, muscle cars and supercars, they switched the scene over to mostly Japanese imports and hot hatches in terms of the cars that this game basically has. There might be one or two supercars if you account for the Nissan Skyline GTR, which you can clearly see on the main menu screen. And we are now going to save those changes, and we will of course need to create a profile in order to do all of that, so that's what I'm going to do now. And I am going to use the name that I always use, which is obviously Jordan. And yes. Would you like to turn autosave on? Sure, why not? I don't think it's going to take me too long to get through this whole thing. So yeah, autosave is very much a mainstay in most video games now. So we don't have any cars available to us. We also get stats as well regarding our overall wins percentage and numbers of races that we've done. Of course, this race will also account for restarts as total starts because, well, it basically adds on to the number of races that you've already done. So if you do have to restart a race, that basically counts for a total start. You also get style points, a total win percentage, and also the total number of miles driven. And we've also got 4 different types of races as well. So we've got circuit, sprint, drag, and drift. And aside from all of those, we've also got the tournament races, but they will be coming up later on. So, in the meantime, let's go underground, because we are now ready to make a start with this game. So let's do that. Welcome to Underground mode. Your racing career starts here. Take on the toughest drivers on the street and prove you are the ultimate racer. Winners earn cool unlocks and upgrades. Losers go home. Very much a street racing style atmosphere. Except for saying, of course, that up to this point, we, unlike the previous game, don't have to deal with any cops. So anyways, enough time wasted, let's just get on with this. And so here we go. I'm also pretty sure that since this does have analog compatibility, I should have no problems with coping with these controls. The controls are basically set up just the way I want them to be, so let's get on with it. So, originally, we get to start off with a pretty cool car. I think this is a Honda Integra, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I should probably change this over to manual, now that I think about it. Yes, and stability control, I'll turn that off, because it'll make my car go faster if I turn it off. Also got display settings, gauges on, track map modes on, and also got the hood. Yep, that all looks good. I probably should have done all of this on the jump cameras. Favorite driver camera? Yeah, I'll just stick with the close cam. And yep, audio is just the way I want it to be, so okay, let's go. And let's now try and see... Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got off of playing Hot Pursuit 2, so do bear with me, I'm just getting accustomed to this game. I will, of course, get pretty much accustomed to this game very soon, because, well, I have completed this game before, like many other people. I can also guarantee you that I'm definitely not going to get all the magazines in this game because, well, that would simply be too much of an ordeal for me to do. But as long as I finish the game, then I'll basically be fine with it. It's also because, well, I really want to try and see if reaching 100% in Underground 2 is possible later on. Although that won't come until I'm done with this game, but either way, not doing too badly so far, steadily pulling away from Brian, as I now have a 5-second lead up front, and gonna use a bit of nitrous, and this is only a 5-speed. Something told me it might be a 6-speed, but sadly it isn't. This is only a 5-speed car, and I missed the shortcut. Oh well, it's fine. I mean, I do have a pretty big lead, so I don't really think I've got anything to worry about. At least not at this time, anyway. And there we go, we're also going to get a cutscene straight after this. So let's do that.
Is that your fantasy? Look, that's Eddie. Take a good look, man. He's a winner, and winners get mad respect. It ain't just about the car, it's about the attitude. So which one of these is your car?
Well, I suppose we have to start somewhere. However, this is going to be where I leave you. Now, we basically get a bunch of pretty stock cars overall, but we will of course be improving our reputation as we go further and further along. Regardless of which car we choose, we're basically going to get slammed for it anyway by the crowd surrounding us over which one is our real car. So, I'm going to go over the car choices. So, the first one we've got is the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Also got the Honda Civic, which doesn't look too bad. We've also got the Peugeot 206, which I'd also say looks pretty decent. I was trying to find the view mode. Yeah, it's the right toggle stick. My mistake. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, there's that. There's also the Mazda MX-5, and I think the last one that we get as a starter car is the Dodge Neon. And yes, it is. So yeah. So, I'm going to leave the introduction here, and basically leave you to decide amongst yourselves over which car you think it is I'm going to choose, and then I will start off the official first episode of the game by showing you which car I've picked. So that's where I'm going to leave you. Basically to decide amongst yourselves over which car it is I'm going to use. Let's make a start on the Underground. Come